Well, I'm incredibly excited right now, as I'm sure you can tell. Just stopped off at a junkyard here, and I'm hunting for a new cab for our chicken truck project. As some of you who have been following along already know, we had some disappointment with our last cab that we were going to use. So now we're on the hunt for a replacement. Leave a comment and let me know which one you think we bought. All shall be revealed, though, by the end of the video, but I know some of you like to comment before the end of the video. So we have to keep those people happy. Check out this sweet Studebaker, though. I think that's pretty cool. Can't remember what part of the world it's going to. Somewhere in Europe, he said, I think, but a long ways from Canada. Look at all these other gems here. Just so much to choose from. It's hard to buy only one, you know? Some sort of British car. And all the usual Saskatchewan suspects. A nice old GMC here. A little light collision damage on the front fender. No big deal, of course. Chevy pickup. If I remember right, this one's quite rusty. But I could be wrong. Old Ford. Really decrepit old Chevy pickup. Not much left there. But of course, you know, just look at it. Mercury, Chevy pickup. I believe that's a 37 Chevy sedan, or what's left of it. Ford F1. This is a Maple Leaf, possibly, or GMC of some nature. Very cool. There's another decrepit old Chevy cab. Very nice. The roof wasn't bad. This would actually be a great candidate for our chicken truck. But it's quite squashed, so I don't really need to start with something like that. Buick that's been cut down into a truck or something. Kind of neat, but not much there. Studebaker, that's cool. 58 Chevy, I guess a couple of them. Some sort of Mopar product. Kaiser Ford pickup, or not pickup, but a big grain truck. Cadillacs. Big old International in the background there. Shoebox Ford. Isn't this great? Lots of old Mercs. Some of you know Mercuries were Canadian only, basically just a Canadian Ford, I guess, with Mercury badging. Kind of neat. I like these old International trucks. Like to have one someday. No shortage of old grain trucks, of course. This is tempting for sure. Another Ford F1 with some light collision damage. And a 5-window Chevy grain truck. That's kind of cool. Can't say I need one, but nonetheless, there it is. Another old Chevy grain truck. Ford grain truck. Not sure if that's looks like a Chevy 1-ton possibly. That's cool. Oh yeah. And Dodge Pilot House or Fargo or something. Somebody will. Oh yeah, it is a Fargo. Okay. Oh, almost got that one wrong, folks. Wouldn't that be awful? I'm sure someone would have corrected me, though. Lots of gems. If only a guy could live to be 1,000, probably get a lot done. But we have to be a little more selective. That being said, all of these are for sale, so if you see something you like, don't contact me, but you can get a hold of the guy that's running the yard. He's in Maymont, Saskatchewan, and usually advertises stuff on Kijiji or possibly even on Facebook. I don't know, I'm not on Facebook, but anybody who's got half a brain and a computer with access to the internet can probably figure out how to contact him. This is cool, this old International cab over. Can't say I'd want to build it, but certainly would be cool to see it fixed up by someone with more ambition than I have. Really cool old Studebaker truck. Not something I need, but really cool nonetheless. Really like the styling on these. And usual old Ford grain truck. All kinds of Ford grain trucks. Shoebox sedan. Not for me, but Chevy, looks like a 1-ton Chevy, or GMC rather. Nice old Apache here. Unfortunately, roof is rotted on it, but could be saved, I guess, by someone with ambition. Looks like it's basically all original and untouched. Definitely a neat old truck. I do like these advanced design long beds, these 1-ton long beds. These are cool. Someday I'd like to have a decent one. Pontiac, 58 Pontiac, I think. And 56 Chevys. This is pretty decent shape, this old GMC here. Cool old GMC tow truck. And a cab over, that's cool. Again, not for me, but really be cool seeing that fixed up. Another cool old International. Ford. Looks like F2 possibly. I think this is a half-ton here, but no box. This is neat, but it was sold already. Nice original unit there for someone. All kinds of parts and pieces and nothing I need. Merc. Looks like an army truck. Couple of advanced design short beds. Out of my price league. Gold GMC here, but again, a bit more than my budget will allow. Cool pilot house panel truck. Not sure if the panel trucks were called pilot house or not, but they're from that era, I guess. Somebody can fill me in. Ford wrong bed. Fun old collision damage and repair on this one. A little squashed up front, that's okay, no big deal. Pilot house, patchy. I would like one of these trucks someday, but we'll hold out for the right one. Model T. Sedan delivery, that's pretty cool. International. It's kind of in a rush here, so I didn't have time to get any detail shots of this stuff. I was just on my way back into town, so I thought I'd stop in here and do some shopping, but didn't have time to spend the whole day there. Although I'm sure I could have very easily, but always fun to see what's in stock here. Always ever evolving inventory. Tractors and early stuff as well, for those that are more ambitious than I am. A lot of these got cut down into trucks and things back in the day. This is cool, but this one was really rough, so cool car, but a bit more of a project than I need. Well, this is the way you like to find them, folks. All original, untouched, just a real survivor. Look at this thing. How could I refuse? Definitely more or less exactly what we needed here. I'm just so excited. Really, in just remarkably preserved condition. Hardly any dents at all. Now I know there's going to be a few people upset that I'm going to be cutting up such a nice truck. This is of course for our chicken truck project. You can see the floor has unfortunately gone away. We have some old collision damage here. It's been poorly repaired. Excellent. Always like to see that. Plenty of rust. But yeah, this is going to be radical custom. So I believe I'm just going to build a complete new floor for it. Just do a custom floor. Probably going to channel it over the frame about, not a lot, just maybe an inch or so, just so the frame isn't exposed. And just another peek under there. We can see that the floor has kind of gone away in this one. You hate to see that, but here we have some wonderful old repairs here and more damage. I believe all the stuff is lead and then it got hammered in again. Very nice. This fender is quite poor, and I wish you could feel how thick it is here, but there's some serious lead pounded on here. It's not a very high quality repair, but that's the way you like to see it though. You don't want to see somebody doing too good of a job on these. We have more lead or something up here and rust. Very nice, and collision damage. Very, just the trifecta of awesomeness. I'm not using the grill, so don't care about that, but it is there in poor condition. More rust, very nice to see. Another dent here. Again, just exactly what we were after here. Nice hood gap, of course. And lots of... The cab corner itself has completely gone away on this side, both the inner and the outer. And this is a bit disappointing, there's frame rot here. Oh well, what can you do? Floor is just completely gone. Again, that's okay. I'm just going to build a new floor, and of course this thing's getting sectioned as well, so Mother Nature has already done most of the sectioning for us. We just need to make a couple of relief cuts, and then it should all just plop together. Very minimal effort on our behalf. Implement tire here, so you know it's been cared for and used properly before its retirement. Now, I was told that this engine ran. Of course, they all ran once, but I don't know, if you had something running and it ran well, you probably wouldn't steal the fuel pump off it, and the carburetor, and all the ignition wires, the fan, and the radiator, and then just leave it sit with nothing on it. Because it is now filled with pine cones and other wonderful debris. Isn't that nice? Man, people wreck stuff. Not saying this engine was ever good, but it's probably not good now that somebody's stolen parts off of it. Thanks to whoever did that, you stupid idiot. Here's another look at the rest. Again, not much here. That's okay though. I just look at that as there's less for me to cut out. Same situation over here. Everything's nicely collapsed in on itself. Exactly what you want to see. Now let's swap out these flat tires for our Firestone Town and Country grips. Winter's of course on the way, so we definitely need to get these mounted up before it's too late. So some absolute degenerate scumbag decided to stuff their Wendy's cheeseburger wrapper inside the intake, and it's jammed in there, and of course quite fatigued from being in there for so long. So I'm not sure how I'm going to extract that yet, but eventually I did have to throw in the towel for now. You can see we've put our Fifi Tech on there and taped it off just to kind of keep the moisture out of it for now. And I also bolted a fuel pump on, just a junk one to kind of close it up. I don't have any oil right now. Looks like we're going to have to pull the valve cover off and oil everything. It's pretty crusty in there. And possibly the intake and exhaust manifold as well, so I can get that stupid food wrapper out of there and clean out anything else that's fallen in. Always a very sad day when you have to retire a great old tire such as this one. What we've got here is a Co-op brand top track. Very desirable 6-ply 650 16 size. And made in Canada, of course. And unfortunately, it suffered a bit of a sidewall failure. Very sad to see, but still a wonderful display piece nonetheless. Some of you are probably wondering what I'm referring to by chicken truck. That's, of course, the radical, chopped and sectioned and heavily customized advanced design truck that we're kind of in the works of planning on. We started on one of the doors a while back, and it's going to be kind of inspired by the Rod and Custom Dream Truck. So some of you have been asking about what's going on with that, and the original cab that I was going to use was just completely ruined. So I've kind of been putting out the feelers for a replacement, and actually these doors are ruined too, but so I was hoping to find something with really good doors that I could just cut up. But looks like we're stuck fixing these doors, which I guess is probably better because then I don't have to listen to people saying that I gave up on these doors. So now we're gonna suffer through repairing or finishing repairing these doors, and then of course chopping and sectioning them and doing all that fun stuff. Now this is of course not going to be happening for a few months or a while depending on how things go, but it is a project that we will be doing on the YouTube channel here, and actually specifically for the YouTube channel, if you can believe that. Unfortunately for you folks, we have to do this truck first. I finally got all of my patch panels in for the cab. I've started stripping this truck apart. It has to completely come apart. And then we're going to be starting the rust repair on this, which is going to take probably a couple months by the time we're done. And then we're going to be, if this does well, we'll move on to the chicken truck. And we're going to be working on that over the winter months. In theory, depending on how this whole YouTube thing goes, this project doesn't seem to be very popular right now, so we'll hopefully it'll pick up here and we'll get some views and some ad revenue coming in so that we can afford to do our chicken truck project. And of course, we'll be filming the entire chicken truck project as well as this. Even though a lot of people aren't interested in this, you're still going to have to suffer through it, or you can just not watch it, and I won't make any ad revenue, and then I'll give up on YouTube, and no, that won't happen. Don't worry everyone, we're not going anywhere, even though some of you would probably like that. You're stuck with me, but that's what's happening. So next video will be on this, probably tearing this apart, and getting ready for a big engine swap there, and all that fun stuff, and then we'll be into the rust repair. I'd like to try and get the engine running that's in the truck, that yellow thing, just so I can move it around the yard easier. So we may be doing that, I don't know, sometime in the next couple months, depending on how things go. If not, I do have this 216 here, which wasn't sitting with no carburetor on it, but it does have a stuck valve, or it did have one. I've been soaking in oil for the last couple of years and messing around with it. So possibly we could swap that in if the engine that's in the truck isn't any good. I don't really care if it's like super good, but it does need to reliably move the thing around so I can move it in and out of the garage. Space is quite limited here. So anyways, we're yammering on again. Anyways, that's our chicken truck update. So hope some of you are looking forward to that. I'm hoping to start that in November, and then we'll work on it for a couple months this winter. And hopefully the videos do well. If they do well, we'll just keep working on it. There's a lot of heavy customization there. But for those of you who don't like that kind of thing, there's also going to be lots of rust repair and dent repair and just general fabrication and stuff. So I was originally looking for a really good cab to cut up, and just something that's like really nice and would save me a whole pile of time.
But of course, I see that thing and I see garbage and I just can't help myself. I just have to buy garbage. I can't have anything nice. And this way too, all the purists, they can't really say that I'm cutting up anything good. That thing was for sale for over a year, and I'm the only one that was stupid enough to buy it. It is worse than what I anticipated it was, but that's on me because I didn't really look at it as closely as I could. But it is better than the cab that I was going to use. The roof is solid, and that's the main thing. And the dash is good. The A pillars or the parts that I need are good. So it's going to serve its purpose well for what we need it to do. And again, I hope some of you are going to look forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to the challenge there. The whole just generic rust repair and dent repair, the challenge isn't really there for me anymore. So I want to kind of challenge myself a bit. And so that should be kind of fun. Just wanted to say thanks everyone for watching all my videos and leaving comments. I always enjoy reading your comments, leaving the likes. People who turn on the little notification thing, YouTube doesn't always notify people, so you gotta turn on that little notification thing so people know when the videos are out, I guess. And as usual, thanks so much to the patrons of the show over on Patreon there. They're very kind and help make monthly contributions to motivate me to set aside time to make these videos for you folks. Of course, they're free on YouTube, but we do have people who go out of their way to donate, whether it's through Patreon or Super Thanks or PayPal as well. And even on our last live stream we did last week, there were so many wonderful donations as well. So I just wanted to thank you all for that. And it really does help me out, because if I was to just rely on the ad revenue from YouTube, this wouldn't be possible at all. So thank you to all of you, and I hope to see you on our next video there on the C10 and the upcoming videos on the chicken truck. Alright, take care. Yeah, be nice. Be nice, you.